Hello students, so today we will continue lesson 5, forms and frames. In the last class we have seen that how we add a combo box on the form, and also we have done how to use the multi-select option. Means how in the list of the combo box how you can select more than one option. How to values are selected with the help of the control key that we have done practically in the last class. So today we will study about how we add the buttons, submit button and the reset buttons. Now once all the details in the form are entered, the data has to be stored somewhere so that it can be reused and the form is also cleared to input another set of information. That is the commonly used predefined buttons are the submit and reset. So we are using this submit button and reset button to submit the details of the form to a particular location in the server or maybe in some database. And the reset button is used to clear the content of the form, so a person can enter the next information, next details. Now see the submit button. By clicking on the submit button, the data in all the fields will be sent to a server as a series of name and value pairs. So whatever the uh, controls are there on the form and the value associated with that forms are sent to the server. The name being the name of the for element name means that maybe the text box, maybe a combo box, maybe a checkbox, maybe a radio button, and in front of that, what value is associated with that element, that is also saved along with the name of the control and the value associated with that control to the server. So the data is sent to the page specified in the action attribute of the form tag. So in the form tag, what the address, what the URL you have given in to the attribute action as a value. So to that address, the content of the form will be sent. Next, the reset button. The reset button is used to clear the content and set the values of all the form elements to their initial state and make them active. Yes. So clicking on the reset button, then all the contents of the uh, form will be cleared. Means all the boxes will be set empty, and after that you can enter the next details of the uh, next elements, or you can say the suppose if you are entering the details of the student, so you can enter the details of the next student. So in HTML5, how you create a combo box? To create a combo box, a data list is associated with the generic or specialized text field. The attributes which describe the combo box are the respective attributes of the input and data list. So input type equals to text. If you use the input control, type equals to text, so text box will be created. List equals to browsers. So here you can give the name of the browsers. Data list ID equals to browsers. Option you can use here the Google. Option you can give here the list of the browsers name you are going to create. Here that is the combo list. Input type equals to text. List equals to browsers. And data list ID is given to the browsers and all the options. Here we are not going to use the select. Here you are using the HTML5 for data list. On the place of select in HTML5, you are going to write data list. And the list for that ID, as the name you are using, in place of name you are using ID equals to browser. Okay. So now you can see here, this is the form. Here the username, you can enter the username and this is the send button. So username will be sent. If you click on the reset, now this text box content will be cleared, to be empty when you click on the reset. As you see the code here, HTML, open, head open, title, using form elements, title close, head close. Now, the body tag is open, background color is attribute of the body tag, so background color is set. Here is the hexadecimal code of the color. This is the blue color hexadecimal code as 66CC. Form tag open to create the form on the web page. Form name equals to input. The name to the form is given input. Action, see this is the action. Action equals to HTML form dot action dot ASP. This is the page on the server. That is the HTML page, HTML form action.asp. ASP is the extension for the active server pages coding. So like the HTML code you write on the notepad, and you save that code with the help of the .html. Similarly, if you write the uh, code for the server side programming language is called the ASP, that is the active server pages. ASP, JSP, all are the server side programming language, and this HTML is the client side programming language. Okay, so this action is equals to HTML form action. So one HTML form is there in the uh, server. In that database, the content of the username text box will be saved, will be sent. Now the method is supposed to get. There are two types of the method. One is get and another is post. So in get, whatever you write, submit that you can see on the address of the there on the address bar. You can see when you post it, that content will go. Next, here the username. This is the label input control. See the input element open type equals to text. To create the text box, we use the input tag type equals to text. Name equals to user given to this text box. The name is user. Two line space. And after that, again input type equals to submit button. To create this send button, and value equals to send. You have written. Next, input type equals to reset a value. To create the reset button on the form, and value equals to reset. Form close, body close, and HTML tag close. So after writing this code, when you execute the code with the help of the browser, you will see this type of the output on the web page. A form will be created, and in that there will be three control. One is the text box, and the second one is the submit button, the send button, and the third one is the reset button. Now, how you add a multi-line text field? Suppose on the form you want to uh, write the address of the students or address of person, means address detail. So address cannot be written in a single line. It takes more than one line. So to take the values of the address, we use a multi-line text field. So in some instances, it might be necessary to accept several lines of text from the user. So where the several lines is needed to write the address. In such a case, or write a description box if you want to create description also takes more than one line. In such a case, you need to use the text area tag. What tag? Text area tag. It must include a name attribute, and you must also specify the number of rows and columns with the help of rows and columns. So how many lines you want to create? Attributes the rows and columns determine the size of the text area control. A user can type text within the defined text area on the screen. So not more than that, what the area you have defined in that area, you can type the text. Out of that area, you cannot type the text. So text field will be created on the form. You must close this control with the uh, this forward slash text area closing tag. Now text area row equals to 10, column equals to 60, and name equals to remarks. Means here there will be 10 lines you can write, and the columns is 60 given that is the size of the text box. Here rows attribute define the height of the text area, and columns attribute define the width of the text area. So 10 is the height and 60 is the width. Now you can see here the code HTML open, head tag open, title open, using text area is in the title set. Now the title close, head close. Now see that next body element open, background color is light pink set, background color of the page is set light pink. Now the font tag is open. Now label is written remarks. So to write the remarks in text area, text field is created on the form. You can see with help of the text area element, row equals to 6, column equals to 50. Here you can see the height is 10 and the column is 60. Name equals to remarks, enter your marks here, that is the label. Now text area close. Now form close, body close, and HTML tag close. So when you execute this, you will see this output. Next, see there is the get quick quiz get method versus post method. So if you want to hide the details what you are sending the form details, so we use the post method so that All the details of the forms will not be seen on the address bar. Here you can see an input element with the type equals to image creates an image button. If you write input type equals to image, it will create an image button. An image button is similar in concept to a submit button. So you can use input type equals to image, src equals to C. You can write the address of the image take.jpg, alt equals to submit. In that place, alternative the image will not be there, so you can attach this in the submit button, align equals to right. Next, HTML5. In HTML5 introduces a attribute called a placeholder. So this attribute used with the input element and text area element. So provides a hint to the user of what can be entered in the field. That's the placeholder. So when you go on that uh, area, text box, text field, it will when you hover the mouse over that area, that reminder will be that reminder will appear and will show you what you have to enter. Now, application areas of the forms. So the application areas of the forms on the World Wide Web are continuously evolving. So listed below some common areas where forms are used. So where we are using these forms. So nowadays on the www, the application areas of the forms are continuously increasing in so many fields. So first in the educational sites, how the forms are used. They are used for collecting the names, address, telephone numbers, email addresses, other information of students which is required by the websites to register them for an online course. So this in the educational sites, forms are used to collect the information about the students or the persons like their names, address, telephone numbers, and they create a database. Next, the online shopping also form is used. They the online shopping they use the form for gathering information for the purchase of an item, what type of item you want to purchase. For example, if you want to purchase a book or any other item over the internet, you will be required to fill in your name, mail address, mode of payment that you wish to opt for, and so on. So in the online shopping also we are using the forms. Online feedback forms. If you are suppose taking any services, so you can give your feedback by entering the details in the forms. They are used for collecting the feedback about a website. Most websites that offer a service encourage the users to send their feedback. Apart from building customer relations, there is a source of information for modification or improvements. Nowadays, there are many industry organizations or many companies uh, ask the customers to give their feedback by filling the details on the form. So nowadays, every big enterprises, every big industries are using these things. Next, providing the interface for a chat session. So for a chat session, you see the interface where users are required to fill out a form if they want to participate in a chat session or discussing group. So if you want to create an account in Facebook, first of all, you have to fill the details, create a profile. So that is also a type of form only. So this is all for today, students. In the next class, we'll discuss about the frames, how we create the frames over the web page. So this is all for today. Thank you for your kind attention.